Hey guys, Barbara here. Today I'm going to be making Mexican meatball soup. You're watching the Bear Pantry Show. We're going to be using 2 pounds of ground beef, salt and pepper of course, some diced up onions, and this is long grain uncooked rice. For every pound of ground beef you want a 1/4 cup of the rice, okay? For the vegetables that's going to go in the soup, I'm doing carrots, cucumbers, and I'm still peeling my potatoes right here. And then this is how we're going to make our broth, our vegetable broth. Tomatoes, onions, serrano peppers, tomato sauce. We're also going to add this canned tomatoes to the soup. And yeah, it's just a matter of moving over to the stove. Follow me, guys. All right, so when you're making this menu, you can go over to the stove right away and do this part, or you can take care of the meatballs first. So I've changed my mind, not going over to the stove right away. I'm gonna do the meatballs first, and then we're gonna go over to the stove and do this part, okay? So I'm just gonna loosely broken up my meatballs, sprinkle some salt. This is how I do the salt. I sprinkle some on the top of the meat, the black pepper the same way. And then I just kind of try to flip the meat over as best as I can, and then flip some on the other side. And that's more or less how you can get the correct amount of salt and pepper for your meat when you're doing loose meat like this, okay? Now I'm just adding the diced up onions. Dice this up as fine as you can go. And then the rice. Get this all worked in. You can add other spices to this if you want, okay? But I'm trying to keep it bare bones here. And then I'm just going to roll these off into some pretty decent sized meatballs, all right? Let's go ahead and take care of the vegetables. So this is 3 to 4 tablespoons of olive oil. And I'm just going to dump the vegetables in here and just kind of stir them. I don't want them to burn, okay? But I want them to get soft, maybe a little bit charred, but not burnt. I'm trying to bring out the flavors before I blend them, okay? So now I'm going to use my NutriBullet. From all the blenders that I've reviewed at the review channel, the only 2 that I have left is the Magic Bullet and the NutriBullet. I really like these products. So just let me go ahead and get my lid on. And in just about a minute, this is what I have. Beautiful broth. You don't have to go out and buy vegetable broth to do this soup, okay? Now I'm going to use my same skillet. You might want to use like a Dutch oven or a 5-quart pot, you know, because my skillet's kind of wide. I don't know if you guys can see, my skillet's wide, so I'll be okay, but you might want to use like a soup pot. This is just some water that I'm adding, the potatoes, the carrots, and of course the cucumbers. Now you can put other vegetables that you might like celery and stuff like that. I just don't like celery. I don't like zucchini. That's why I opted for cucumbers, because I really wanted some green in this soup. Now look at my meatballs, guys. They're really, really huge, and I'm not even taking the time to brown them. This is the tomatoes from the can. I'm not going to use the whole can because it's a huge can. I'm going to use the rest for something else. And I just have to make sure that it comes to a boil and just let it cook for about, I'd say 30 minutes to 40 minutes. When you stick a serving fork in the potatoes, if the potatoes are soft, then you're good. There's no way of undercooking the meat because you have to wait for the potatoes to become soft, okay? The carrots will be done first. Well, the cucumbers first, then the carrots. I'm adding some more salt because I tasted it and the heat is really, really perfect, but it needed some more salt. So it's pretty much done. A very easy soup for you to make on a cold day. And I'm going to serve up some in this little bowl. And I like the bowl because it was yellow and it kind of went with the blue on the plate. But I quickly realized that I need a bigger bowl. So let me go ahead and put another meatball. And it's a matter of tasting. Well, I'm going to make it with corn tortillas. Okay, I'm going to eat it with corn tortillas. Just heating up one on the open burner. Squeeze a dash of lime. This really kicks it up a notch, okay? And I want to taste first before I make my little taco with my tortilla. Of course, you can serve this with rice, or you could just serve it with nothing else because the potatoes is already, you know, enough carbs in the meal. It's hot, guys. Oh, this is so good. I'm telling you guys, you're gonna love this. What a tasty meal. This is the second time I've made it, and this is gonna be one that I'm gonna be rotating when the winter comes for us. Okay, I'm gonna rotate this on my schedule. Let me go ahead and cut this meatball in half so I can make my little taco. The tortilla is hot, the soup is hot, the day is hot, everything's hot. So let me go ahead, blow, 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 like we tell the kids, right? Blow. Oh my goodness, guys, you guys are not going to be disappointed when you make this, okay? Now come back and tell me how it comes out. It's the dead of summer right now while I'm making soup, you guys, but I am not crazy. I am doing this for my viewers in Australia because I have faithful viewers in Australia. I know you guys are dealing with winter and I want you to have something savory and comforting on the menu, okay? If you can't find the serrano peppers, just find another pepper that you like, one that's not too hot. As you could see, I needed to add salt to the pot, but not any more pepper because the heat was just enough. If you want the soup to be done a little bit more quickly, it took about 45 minutes to cook everything in there. Just go on ahead and cut the potatoes smaller, okay? I kind of chunked it up, but you can go smaller. I use cucumbers instead of zucchini, but you can totally use zucchini. Of course, you can add celery, add whatever you like. Let me tell you, that little bit of lime that I squeezed on top was so good. You can also add some fresh cilantro on top of the garnish. You can eat it with or without the flour, the corn tortillas, because it has so much carbs in here already. That potato is so good. Of course, you can also serve it with rice. I want to thank you guys so much for watching the show, for sharing, for liking, for commenting, for checking out my website, and for all that you do to support me. Until I see you guys again, take care.